Hello everybody, back here again for another vlog a day, and today is Saturday the 7th, and today was a lovely, beautiful day to be alive. Got up this morning, fairly decent time frame, got up and around, got the little dog outside, and decided I was going to basically chill a little bit, so I jumped in the hot tub, got my soak on, got her back in, got her fed and taken care of, and then I was like, wife's still sleeping good, so figure with her still zonked out and restful is better, I'll just gonna go do a little run around. So I grabbed my keys and that, and I jumped in the car, and the little dog's out there. She doesn't care one damn bit. She's perfectly cool. And I went around looking for some yard sales, and thought I'll just go kill a little time, see what's out there. So there was one I saw posted up last night for today's yard sale that was looked promising with whatnot, so I was like, I'll run over there. So while I was out doing that, hit a few more, and I was kind of hanging around, had a dog gonna get dropped off, and right before I left, my wife was waking up, but not up yet. So definitely wasn't gonna ask her if she wanted to go with me, because even if she'd said yes, it was gonna be like an hour before she got fully woke up and then wanted to actually get around, so it wasn't worth it. But went ahead and told her today we got a dog getting dropped off about 10 this morning. So if for some reason they show up and they don't reach out to me ahead of time, they almost always do. 95% of my clients do with a proper heads up, so won't be a problem back before then. But just in case, just put the little one in the bedroom and then bring the big one in, because I got a big giant mastiff coming. And I said just take her from the front door straight out the backyard. She gets a little bit jumpy, a little bit chubby, and I don't want her doing that to my wife, because I usually have to kind of give her a little training every time she first gets here. So, but that wasn't the issue. Went out, hit a couple yard sales, and ended up finding a big ceramic vase vase. I don't know who talked to you, and it was like $2. So not the most beautiful thing in the world, but it was really cool looking. So came back, I went and hit a few more yard sales and saw nothing that was worth having. 95% of the time I never find any yard sales that I want, but it's worth looking once in a while, because never know, you might find a gem. So went ahead, headed back to the house, and I said, hey, got something you want to say? It's a gift right now, and we like wrap it up for Christmas. She goes, gift right now. I'm like, okay, cool. So I handed it to her. So give her a nice little vase it's about the same size as the ones we bought from the art artist that we knew. Well, we didn't know him, I guess. We met her at her studio when they were doing like an art gallery, like, I guess, road trip. They had a bunch of people around here to make art that they went and did and picked up. They had a bunch of stuff opened up like one weekend where you could go check them all out. So it's kind of cool. So we're about the same height, a little bit lighter coloring, but really pretty cool setup. So got that put out there where she wanted it, and always kind of worked well. So hung out there. Finally got a text from the people saying they were going to be on their way, which they're really bad about. We're on our way, and I'm like, I need an ETA. I don't know if you live down the street from me or if you live in Orlando. Like, are you closer to Disney World or are you closer to my house? So text back, I'm like, hey, what's your ETA? They're like 15 minutes. I'm like, okay, cool. So, and there's, depending on where you live, you can literally be 2.5 miles from me and take 45 minutes to get here, because you're on beachside by the time you go all the way up and over on the causeway and stuff and whatnot. It's quicker to go by kayak than it is to go by car. So I was like, okay, no big deal. So I went ahead and got things ready for the big dog coming, and then they showed up about 30 minutes late. So I was like, it's about 15 minutes after they said they're gonna be there, but it's all good. So I got the dogs in, and we were outside talking, and apparently the dog recently just had surgery on her behind area, and it's all shaved, and she's got missing hair, and it's mostly healed up, but I guess some stitches got ripped out afterwards and stuff. I'm like, God damn, it would be nice to know that prior to you dropping her off. Like, that's a little different level, because sometimes, because she likes to play, she's a big old giant like mastiff and stuff, but she loved to play. And I was like, if I'd had my hyper dogs, this would have been really a pain in the butt, because they get to playing really rough, and there's a good chance they're getting injured now. Luckily, they're not here now. I got ones coming later that are going to be a little more playful, but it's not too bad. So I made her send me all the information for like the vet that did the surgery, the normal vet she goes to and stuff, in case something happens, because they're going to be without signal on their phone 95% of this trip. So I definitely needed other people to do. And one family member who lived here that has been able to in the past, if something went wrong, could come get her, doesn't live here anymore. So now it's 100% on me to find if something bad happens to her, I can't turn her over to somebody else. So I definitely wanted that information. So got that all figured out, got her inside, got her in the backyard, let her play around a little bit, let her run around, brought the little dog out, and man, they get along splendidly. They really do. The little dog's a little 13-year-old blue tick, and I get a little nervous with her because the big dog gets a little bit excitable in that process of like, I'm afraid she's gonna step on somebody, basically what it comes down to. But she hasn't yet, and they get chasing a little bit and they get having fun. So we hung around, got a few things done. My wife decided today was her day to put out Christmas stuff, so she spent a lot of the day putting out Christmas stuff, like a lot. So she was unpacking stuff. We got a ton of Christmas stuff, and I'd asked her before, like, hey, do you want me to unpack all this shit and try and put it out myself where I think it goes? And she's like, no. And I think probably 85% of the stuff that she puts out, she wants to put out because she wants to look at it as she unpacks it and then bring back that memory of having it. So she was enjoying that whole side of it. And then I told her before, I need to know when you want this Christmas tree up, because I could go get it across the street, get it set up and stuff. And then she told me she was basically finally ready for it because she thinks she has everything out except for ornaments now. So I'm like, okay, I'll go get it. And I was like, not right now. I'm like, no, I'll get it today. I will get it today though. I don't want it up. So I was like, cool, no big deal. Went ahead and got a little doll moment with the dogs. Went across the street, grabbed the tree, came back over, got it set up and put out. And it's an old ass tree. It was like her dad's old tree. And every year I try and convince her to go buy a new tree. And every year she doesn't. And every year she says she's gonna, but she doesn't. So it is what it is there. So yeah, got it all pulled back down. It's an artificial tree that folds by itself. And like 3 big pieces. You got to plug all the lights in and stuff. It's a pre-lit tree, so it looks decent. Everything's good. We're just chilling out, having ourselves a decent time. Said, hey, I'm gonna go for a run. So she's like, cool. Got the dogs situated and ready to go. And I'm like, they're 100% fine, just chilling out here with you. But if for some reason they want to go outside, only let one out at one time, because I'm afraid the big one will step on the little one if I'm not there to watch it. So, and what big fear would be the little one will get stepped on and then act out in a bad way and try and like bite or something because you get stepped on. It could be bad. So I definitely told her, I said, don't let them be alone together. Not to have any concern except for injury mostly. So yeah, went ahead and she's like, yeah, got it, 100%. So went to get my run in. Everything went perfectly smooth there. It was great. And then from there, headed back and got back to the house after my run. It was gorgeous. I took a jacket with me. I really didn't need it. But my fear was we're right on the verge of being a little bit chilly, that I get a little sweaty when I run. And when I stop running, I'm going to have like a cold chill as I'm basically walking back, afterwards kind of thing. So, but again, like I said, didn't need it, but had a good time. So got back to the house. I went across the street before I went on the run and checked the freezer over there, because my freezer, I think, is the door shut away and it took forever to cool back down, blah, blah, whatever. Finally hit some orange chicken. I knew we had leftover rice. So I'm like, cool, let's look into it, see if it's something I want to do. So she said, yeah, she was good with orange chicken. So give her the chicken. I'm like, hey, if you throw an air fryer when I get out, shower, by the time it's done, I'll be finished, dressed up, get the dogs all fed and that. So got the dogs all fed, got the shower done, got the dogs fed, got dinner served up, had a wonderful meal, watched another episode of The Inside Man with Ted Danson. And it's a little campy, but pretty good little show. So I've been enjoying it so far, but overall not too bad. How are you doing today?
How are you?
Better than I deserve. So I went ahead and basically was hanging out there. Hadn't went back outside yet. I was getting close to playing with the dogs and watched them do dumb stuff, because dogs do dumb stuff. It always makes me laugh. So finally headed back outside, grabbed myself a cigar, and started enjoying the evening. And then got a text from one of our friends that had seen our Christmas tree in the window and said how, the tree looked good in the window and yada yada. I'm like, cool. We've known her for a long time, but she's never actually been over to like hang out in the house kind of thing. So, but we were sending her stuff, and I sent her back a picture. I'd made myself a cocktail. We got these little fancy spinny glasses that they have like corals, like hand blown, and they got a ball on the bottom that they'll spin really cool looking. So I sent her that, and she laughed, said that she was out of booze, but she was, had ran out. She hadn't been back to the store. She ran out of liquor, and I laughed. I'm like, come on over. I'm like, we got plenty of liquor. I said, I buy so much shit. I want to try things, but then I know I'm going to drink it, and I virtually only drink with like, I don't know, very seldomly, or I drink with friends. And it's almost always on a cruise ship. We never have me over, and she's laughed. And she goes, for real? And I'm like, yeah. And then we talked about the hot tub. And I'm like, dude, the hot tub's on 24/7. So I come over. She's like, really? What am I getting in the hot tub? I'm like, cool. So she was trying to figure out when she's going to come over. I was like, not a big deal. And I'm like, we're up until pretty late. I said, yada, yada, whatever kind of thing. So we just continued on, and then chatted back and forth a couple times and let it go. And I ended up getting a call, which was strange, because I had a cigar going and stuff out to the dogs, and I got a call. It was one of our other friends we used to hang out with a long time, but has been so busy with life, she hasn't been down this way for much. Her mother recently moved down here. So I'm like, hey, up. She goes, what's your address? I'm like, what the hell? And she goes, yeah, I told you I was going to stop by when I was in town. There's a chance. I'm like, So I'm in town. I'm like, okay, so give the address, because she'd been to her old house but never been to this house, and couldn't remember where the old house was. It's been a little while, and I think mostly just didn't want to end up going into the wrong house kind of thing. So yeah, no, we were good. So I was like, cool, give the address. I went and told my wife, I'm like, hey, she's stopping by, and she goes, who? Because that whole, because the other friend was coming over. I'm like, no, this and that. And she said, okay. So basically we hung out. She hadn't seen the house since we bought it and remodeled it, so gave her the house tour and then headed outside. And the big dog didn't want to do it. The big dog was like growling at her and barking at her and stuff, and it's super weird because that dog never does that shit. So I was like, that's strange. But caught up on her life some, caught her up on our life some, hung around, chatted and stuff, and she took off. She wasn't here very long. She left, and the other friend, she's like, hey, I'm about ready to head over. I'm like, absolutely, just let me know when you're here. So she came over and we hung out for a few hours and chatted with her and got in the hot tub, which I'm like, dude, I never get in the hot tub in the night, but I need 5 minutes notice so I can be in the hot tub. Like, it takes no time. So we hung out in the hot tub, made a couple drinks, and sat out there and chatted and stuff. She brought a little Bluetooth speaker over, and I told her, so you can pick your own playlist as long as it's like grunge metal or some shit. Like, I don't want to mess with that. So she had a pretty good playlist. Some weird shit like on Apple Play, I guess, whatever. You punch an artist and a song, and then it'll just like queue up other stuff that's similar to that, or other things people who listen to this also like. So we heard some strange stuff. We changed out a few options here and there and had a good time. And she headed home fairly late-ish, and then wife headed into bed, and I finished up my cigar and played with the dogs again and stuff, gave them a little extra exercise and whatnot, and then headed back in and called it a night myself. So it was late enough I didn't bother getting a snack or nothing either, so I said hell with it. So yeah, that's all I got for right now. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe, wonderful day. Thanks for watching.